Um, speaking of lobbies, man, as long as your lobbies, I feel like don't look like. Fortunately, I gotta say this again. I know Rexon just mentioned it, but as long as it doesn't look like Fighting EX Layers lobbies, or God forbid, that looks like
Marvel 3.
Marvel versus Capcom three's lobbies, I think you should be okay. Because I mean, every time I think of, oh man, what's the worst online lobby I've ever seen? And all I can think of is these two cars just fighting each other, just like going at each other with like health bars, like just going down. I'm like, what? I might as well be, I might as well be what. This might as well be on radio or something like that. You know what? That would be better because at least there'd be some commentary. There'd be something like some. I'd be able to be like, oh, okay, cool, man. There's something to get excited about. There was nothing to be excited about in those lobbies at
You did
all.
have
Like it's just like,
commentary. Remember, if y'all had mics in the party chat, you could hear them. Hey man, oh man, I missed my super.
oh,
Oh
oh,
snap.
oh, oh, oh God,
Oh, you gonna do me
like
like that? Okay, all right, bet.
yeah, it's like, well, it's basically like you put two people in a room and you have them fight with the lights off, and you just listen to what they say, because
Yep,
that's what it was.
it's accurate.
You'd be like, yo, you guys can be like, or even in a different room, it's like, all right, close the door, nobody gets to see the fight, but you can hear what they're saying to each other. Oh, you got me good that time. Oh, that was a good block. Like, come on, man. Like, don't ever do that. Don't ever do. And you know the thing about it was that was Capcom. That was Capcom doing that on one of their flagship games. That wasn't even like some throwaway game. I could have understood that if that was like an indie developer who is like trying to get on their feet, and they're like, hey man, listen, we don't have the resources, but Marvel versus Capcom 3. All right, you know what? I'm sorry. That's Make sure your lobbies are good.
Yeah, at least you could have heard like the match audio, because like
Uh,
if it's a minute into the match and I hear gravity squeeze, it's like okay, I know somebody probably did this far into the game, and I just heard their super.
You just hear
So
Analyze Cube. Analyze
He's about
Cube.
oh five. Oh snap! Somebody lives this super. I actually
bionic. Oh,
Pineapple surprise.
oh Deadpool. I actually forgot to mention this, but this is actually important too. Training mode, like the problem with him, and it's like I get it. I know people gonna be like, "Oh, you just keep talking." Well, it's because it's true. MK1's training mode was garbage, and it's still not that great. It still got things missing that like Street Fighter, like you. I don't even think you can change your characters in MK1's training mode. That should be standard. Like I shouldn't have to go back to the character select screen. For some reason, you can change cameos, but you can't change characters. I'm like, okay, what if? All right, I just don't understand. Like frame data, I think at this point, like some people can say, oh, it's not necessary, but if you have so many games that have done it and they're doing it, you might as well just put it in your game too. Um,
Yeah.
maybe hitboxes and hurt boxes too. Just put the stuff in. You're giving them extra stuff, like Rexon mentioned, a tutorial. Give them some combo trials. Um, I know this probably won't be for most fighting games, especially like ones that aren't like the big ones, but like man, do what like Street Fighter 6 did. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was a pretty solid like attempt for like trying to do like what Mortal Kombat used to do with the conquest mode, like the world tour, like give us like an interactive run around and like explore stuff and then we could fight. Like I mean that's something that's cool. Like hey, I can go in here and like do an experience that's like more of a single player experience with the story mode, something like that. Tutorial, and actually teach decent things in the tutorial. Some tutorials come out, it's just like press X to do stuff. It's like, what am I doing? You figure it out, just press it. You'll see. Like, kind of, get with people that kind of know like what they're doing in the community, like some very skilled people, like or knowledgeable people. Like, have them go through tutorials and like make sure that this stuff is like shown correctly and like you're showing the right things to people because like sometimes they be like, hey man, press circle to do a kick. It's like, all right, well, what else? I mean, you don't know. Press you got more buttons, press them. So tutorials, combo challenges, like I know some people are man, it'd be hard. It's like, so like just go in there and try them. Like you might learn, you you might find yourself actually being able to do them or learn the character better, or just go in there and just figure it out. It might take a while, but just do it. I know people were so broken down and scared of KOF 13s and under nice combo trials. It's like, man, just go in there. At least they're showing you what the character can do, like structuring, like, okay, what combos do I have? All right, we can hear the combos, just figure them out, just learn them, do them. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I said music, training modes, definitely. That's gotta be, you got to implement that, and especially when you got indie games doing that type of stuff. Like, there's no excuse if you're way above an indie fighting game that you don't have that, because indie fighting games can do it. Like, at this point, the standard has got to be set. I always bring up Punch Planet. Punch Planet was a $20 game and one of the best fighting games I've ever played. I hate that it's not a bigger scene. And I hope that game can grow. It's such a good game, a good art style. That's also another thing I forgot to mention. A unique art style. I mentioned good music, good stages, like great environment, stuff like that. So yeah, when it comes to paying full price for a game, I mean, maybe give me like I don't know, like a art gallery. Like I said, as many modes as you can give me. Back in the day, we used to have art galleries in fighting games. You can see like the character models, stuff like that. MK actually, I think, still does that. Like Rexon mentioned, like MK, they still do like little Easter egg stuff. They show you like concept art. And I know some people are like, oh, nobody care about that, but they're giving you something extra. You can see like, okay, man, how did this stage come to be? How did this character design come to be? You can see like the beginning stages of it, like, oh, that dope outfit. That's how they did it. Oh, it went from that to this. I think stuff like that's cool, man. Yeah, that's the extra stuff I can think about. And then like Rexon said, and he mentioned your lobbies. Like, if you don't have good lobbies, ain't no point even having online. Like, what Fighting Games Layer, what y'all did, y'all wrong for that, man. You know you're wrong for that.
Yeah, at this point, like, your fighting game could live or die based off online. You could release
Yeah.
something and it just be the greatest thing ever. But if I'm not having fun playing with my friends, man, like it's just that's it. Also,
Samurai Showdown.
let's let Tekken 7 be the last fighting game with them extremely long load times. The stuff with that was ridiculous. Like, just it was a great game, so we let them get away with it. But I don't want to see that no more. Them load times were ridiculous for Tekken 7.
And rematches. Like, there should be no point that you can't rematch in versus mode or go to start menu and rematch. But yeah, I do. He's like, get ready for the next battle.
I'm like, at least give us like Street Fighter 6 or something. Like, they got entrances or something, some like they'll like you got something to look at during the load. We just sitting there looking at silence. Like, I'm like, you really mess up my flow. Like, if I'm online or something playing, and then it's like I'm in the groove. Okay, yeah, I might want to go back and get another character, come back, and I'm getting ready for the next battle for 45 seconds to a minute. Like, come on now.
Mystery was
dead
gave
silence too.
When you said all the modes you can give me, I immediately thought of like Craig's dad from Friday. Who give me a tutorial, some online lobbies, and all the modes you can give me. Thank you.
Hey, that's what I need, man. Yeah, give me whack-a-mole mode, or I don't know, a side scroller beat 'em up mode. I don't know, first person shooter mode.